doing brackets? Well, you said you did games on radio, right? In Philadelphia?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
You said over 1,000 or something.
Before that, I was actually I cut my teeth as a print reporter.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Where at?
In and around Philly.
Uh-huh.
So started school newspaper at St. Joe's.
Uh-huh.
Kind of majored in college basketball because of the Big Five, because I got my little press pass. So that didn't mean St. Joe. I got St. Joe, Temple, Villanova, South Penn.
Mm-hmm.
All in the Palestra. Playing all these great teams from all around the country. So, I sat there, and I just wanted to be one of those guys on press row.
Uh-huh.
And because I can't play a lick. So, and think about...
You just weren't tall enough, that's all.
Wow. I can't go to my left. I can't touch the net. I mean, other than that.
Yeah.
but think about John Chaney, Jim Lynam, Rolly Massimino, Chuck, some of the coaches that Paul West said that were coaching in the Big Five. I didn't know it at the time that I was sitting there majoring in college basketball.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And then after college, I was a stringer and the beat guy for a suburban daily. And usually there were always a couple Philly schools in the mix every year. And I just started studying how they put the brackets together.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of an accident.
When did you put your first bracket together?
Well, I became an editor and a part owner of Blue Ribbon, the thick yearbook,
mm-hmm.
in the late 80s and into the 90s. And if I did any one thing that was my own, was we added a postseason tournament book that we printed selection Sunday night after the bracket came out. And in order to do it, we had to kind of pre-assign writers all over the place. So I was digging into the field in February, early March, mm-hmm. and learning how the committee went about its business. So this was in the mid-90s, and I think the first bracket on ESPN.com was in 96. And in 02, it became kind of its own section. And that led to TV, which led to a little bit more every year of crazy and being Joey Brackets and having this alter ego.
So having that,
because the rest of the year I'm just an average Joe,
What do you do?
incredibly average.
What do you do the rest of the year?
Well, I'm retired from my long time. I was the VP of Communications and Marketing at St. Joe's.
Okay.
Non-athletics. Mm-hmm. So I did have a real job for a long time.
You retired from that?
I
recently?
did. 4 years ago.
4 years ago. Okay.
And so now I'm just doing the basketball, which is not terrible.
Yeah. Right.
As I said, the only thing better than working at St. Joe's turns out to be not working at St. Joe's, and I would do it again tomorrow, but I'm not 33, I'm 63. So this is a lot better way to pass the time.
Yep.
As Joey Brackets, as the king of bracketology, how many brackets is it acceptable to make as a fan of college basketball?
Well, I mean, you mean once the tournament starts?
Right when the bracket comes out,
Yeah,
how many
you mean
can people
like
count?
a bracket pool. Yeah,
Yep.
I do one.
Okay.
But that's because I have to do a public one.
Right.
And, embarrass myself in front of thousands and thousands of people. It's just the cost of doing business. Nobody's getting a perfect bracket, no matter how many they fill out. Like Warren Buffett didn't become Warren Buffett by being stupid. Like whatever he offered for a perfect bracket, that $10 million. Nobody's getting a perfect bracket. Like you'd have an easier job of landing a plane on the sun than getting 67. Think about it. Most tournament games are pretty close to a coin flip. So to get them all right would be the equivalent of flipping a quarter and having it come up heads 67 straight times. So you want to start? We'll wait.
What does the A-10 have to do to get more than one or two?
Gotta win better non-league games. Mm-hmm. You have to win quad one games out of conference.
So Duquesne goes to Nebraska, they better win, right?
Yeah, well, and hope that Nebraska's top 75 at the end of the year.
Too, yeah, right.
Right? Because, you know, another part of the inequity of it all is Duquesne might get 4 or 5 chances at the end of the day at a quad 1 win. And, you know, last year, West Virginia got in. What were they? In the Big 12. They were like
They were
division,
500.
they were
almost.
7-13 or some silliness.
Yeah.
And you know, they played like 19 quad 1 games. And my argument, oh, we have 8 quad 1 games. I'm like, well, great, but you played 10 of them at home. Like, if you gave an Atlantic 10 team 10 home games against quad 1, they're going to win 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to win on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Like home team, like this isn't me. Home teams win 70% of the time. Period. That's just like an established fact.
Outsider question. Do you have Duquesne in your preseason March Madness bracket?
I do not.
Or are they in the bubble right now?
I did once. There was one version in maybe June or July, where, and again, my off-season process is all numeric because there's no actual
there's
results.
nothing to weigh in
I haven't
with.
seen a game, a practice, anything. Right? And there was a brief period where VCU was in flux, changing coaches and a lot of players, and there was uncertainty over whether the Dayton stud was coming back. So Duquesne bubbled up to a 1 for 1 month in the summer, which means nothing really. Like I do it because it generates content, and I'm in the content generation business, and I like getting paid. But it doesn't. What I said about Duquesne in June will have no impact at all in March.
There's 52 weeks in a year. How many brackets? You put a bracket every one of those weeks?
We did. Well, during the season, it's at least every week.
Right. Yeah.
In the non-conference, in the league part, January, February, it's twice a week. Then at championship week, it's whenever a spot. You know, like the internet now allows you to do that.
Yeah, sure.
Right? And that's both good and bad. And then because of the portal and all the transfers, we did brackets every week between the end of the season and the NBA draft when the rosters calm down. I'd never done that much in the off season until this year.
So that's-
and now monthly. So
Yeah.
monthly, you know, July, August, September, and now we'll get back at it.
So you do one a week between March and June?
I did this year.
Wow. First time?
Yes, because of the portal. And, you know,
Yeah.
the fans at the diehard schools, right? Like, they want to know if Joe thinks they're a 3 or a 2. Now, personally, I'd rather be working on my short game. Because I'm a lot better at scoring 68 at bracketology.
Well, you're very entertaining, Joe.
Oh.
I appreciate
Well,